Graduating from school is exciting, honestly, but the truth is, nothing really prepares you for the journey ahead. After my induction, we had very limited time to stay back in the quarters, so I had to hurriedly get things to pack my things and leave the student quarters. On this particular day, my friend Princess had finally moved out of the quarters and she came to tell me goodbye. And I honestly didn't think I'd feel this much emotions, but the reality of the transition dawned on me and I didn't know what to expect. I was going to miss my friend. Then there is this one who is always happy. I don't know what makes her this happy all the time. And she's one of the people I'm going to miss the most. Then I went down to visit my cousins, tell them goodbye, and I know what you want to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much. I started my journey, traveled down, got to the airport. This guy's checkpoint is so different from what I've been used from all the airports I've ever used. Like, that checkpoint is underneath the umbrella. So here I am about boarding my flight. And this trip is, I don't want to say it's the saddest trip I've ever made because it's not, but I was so unexcited. I felt like I'd lived in Port Harcourt for about 8 years and I've made friends. I've had almost all my adult life in Port Harcourt, right? So leaving that place to a different place just felt different. It felt like I was being severed from my norm to something totally different. I remember even shedding some tears on this flight. And then at some point, I had to just cheer myself up and remind myself that I still had family where I was traveling to. So it wasn't just me. But even at that, I still had the feeling of you don't know what your work environment is going to be like. You don't know what to expect. But again, when I remembered I was going to see my mom and my family, it made me smile, it made me happy. But there was just this feeling of apprehension, the fear of the unknown. So we arrived shortly after. I was gradually getting in the mood because I was planning to surprise my mom. She didn't know I was coming back that day. So my intention was just show up at home and give her a beautiful surprise. So this is me on my way home. After that, I plan to catch up with some of my friends like this girl right here. She's been my friend for over 10 years now and she's been so amazing. So we had some fun, played catch up, enjoyed some of the rides we had at the place, and yeah. We went back home and the next day I started my preparations proper for my house job. I started by going to the market with my mom to buy some of the food stuff that I'll be needing and some other extra stuff. I also went to the market alone at some point to get some of the other things I needed. This was me ready to leave the house to start up my documentation for house job. And when I got there, I was so happy to meet some of my colleagues from school, Lizzie and Uche. She's here complaining about the stress. And then that's Uche. And I was so happy. I mean, it was so nice meeting people that you know in that same place. And the day was not even over. Look at me looking like a mess. And Uche is here laughing at me because I don't even know. The next day, I went back to continue, and that was when I met my flatmate, Kenny. Then Uche and I kept on going back and forth for our documentation. Guys, it's really nice having somebody to do this whole process with because it just eases the burden, and then you always have somebody to recurse to in the whole process because everything was so new to me. Next up, I went to make my hair. I mean, I'm going to start working now, so yeah, I'm going to make my signature hairstyle, which is ponytail. And guys, I'd not used this hair dryer in years. I was surprised to get to the salon and see it still working efficiently. I went to pick my clothes up from the tailor shop, my ward coat. After I picked it up, I went down to get my name written on it. I started my journey down to the hospital with all the things I got. Like, I got a number of things because I knew I wouldn't be coming home like every day. I'll spend more time in the hospital than I'll be spending at home. So I got a lot of things and I started my journey down to the hospital. I got to my place, which was quite spacious. I just needed to do a little bit of cleaning up, look at my things like packed together at that end. It's already getting dark, and at this point I was tired and hungry and thinking of what to eat. And it was even raining that night, so I couldn't go out to get anything for myself. Then Uche shows up with bread and akara. Like, he was just God sent, honestly, because I don't know what I would have done that night. Now, this is the day I have been waiting for, or the day we have all been waiting for. my first day at work as a house officer, and I woke up with a tinge of excitement. It was a beautiful feeling, honestly. I got down on my knees to pray, talk to my father, commit everything into his hands. After praying, I got up, dressed my bed, and started getting myself ready for work proper. So next up, I went to brush my teeth. I don't know if I'm the only one, but when I'm brushing, I like to have my water in a cup because I want to see what is inside the water. I don't like brushing directly from the tap or the sink. So after brushing, I went on to have my shower and started getting ready. I just finished having my bath, but I don't want to get dressed yet because it's still pretty early. I'm not even done unpacking, but today is my first day at work and I don't want to be late. I don't want to come off as like really too excited. I'm really happy I'm here. And there's a level of peace and satisfaction I feel. But maybe it's a bit too early to jump into conclusion. Yes, my dear, it is very, very early to jump into conclusion because you have 12 whole months ahead of you. Guys, I don't know what I'm going to do. My work coat is not ironed. How do you go to work an unironed work coat? And this is my first day, like that's my major issue. Like, how do I show up with rumpled, scruffled work coat? Hey, God, let me show you now. This is my work coat, but there's no light. So I haven't ironed it. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I have to ask my neighbor for any dry cleaner around. I can come pick it up and iron. While I'm on it, I need to have breakfast. I ordinarily don't eat so early in the morning, but today is very different because I have a lot of excitement and nervousness in my gut, and I really need to calm it down. And Golden Morn is my favorite cereal. I have it a lot for an adult. Like, I don't even know. I always buy Golden Morn whenever I'm traveling back to school, going to the hospital, and all of that. And I think it's also because they've maintained the same quality over the years. Like from the time I started taking Golden Morn as a child up until now that I am an adult, it tastes pretty much the same. Maybe they've changed the quantity, the packaging, and even the price, of course, but it still tastes pretty much the same. And this is the look of a well-fed girl. Now I'm fully dressed for work and I am about leaving. See you guys. Where's my key? Okay. So, yeah. But first I'm going to check up on my friend and neighbor so that we can go together. It's me.
People should see this girl. She wake up by 5 a.m. and go back to bed. Now she's running late and she's running up and down. Now you want to clean your shoe. Shoe that you knew since over the weekend you were going to work with this shoe. I can't help.
Now we are finally off to work, and honestly I feel like the closer you get to the thing you're scared of, the lesser the amount of fear you'd feel, because I don't know how it happens, but I knew that at this point I wasn't as nervous as I was earlier on. So I'm almost at the dental clinic and I'm hoping that I have the most beautiful experience on my first day at work and of course on every other day. So far it wasn't bad. It was a pretty chill day. There were a couple of patients here and there, but it wasn't anything intense till I had an encounter that made me cry. Guys, I cried on my first day at work and I think that helped build momentum for me. It also primed me and gave me a certain disposition that I carried on to the rest of my work days. Work has finally come to an end. I'm going back to my place and I'm happy I made it through my first day at work. Welcome to the world, Dr. Jennifer. Bye, guys.